cell cycle, divide, grow and redivide. In order for a cell to divide, it must complete several important tasks. The newborn cells, they are very small in size with a large nucleus. So, in order for cell to divide, it must grow in size. It synthesizes materials which are required for their growth and cell division, that is proteins and RNA. Not only this, it duplicates its DNA so that it can be equally distributed into two daughter cells after division. All these tasks, that is synthesizing of the material like protein and RNA, duplication of DNA, increase in the cytoplasm, all these tasks cell perform in an organized way, that is in the series of events, and that series of event is called as cell cycle. So cell cycle is a series of events that take place in a cell leading to the duplication of its DNA and the subsequent division of the cell to produce two daughter cells. All these changes, it takes place in a series of events, and that is called as cell cycle. Now the cell cycle, it consists of two phases. The first phase is a non-dividing phase, or we call it as interphase, and the second is a dividing phase of cell cycle. We call it as M phase or simply mitosis. Now starting with a non-dividing phase of cell cycle, that is interphase. Now interphase, here the two daughter cells, it begins with the end of the previous cell division. The two daughter cells produced from a mother cell are relatively small with a full-size nucleus but relatively less cytoplasm. So the cells which are formed after cell division, they are very small in size, having a large nucleus in them and a very small quantity of cytoplasm. These cells are in interphase stage. Now during this phase, these small cells, they prepare themselves for the next division. Means they grow in the size so that they can reach the size of the mother cell. Not only this, no change in chromosome is visible externally. So it was called the resting phase of the cell. But in reality, it is not true. The cell is quite active in this phase. A number of changes are taking place internally in the cell, like synthesis of RNA, synthesis of proteins, duplication of DNA, and increase in the volume of cytoplasm. All these changes are taking place inside the cell, but externally it looks like that cell is in resting phase. Now this interphase is further divided into three phases. Now first is growth phase or G1 phase. Second is synthesis phase or S phase, and the third is second growth phase or G2 phase. Starting with first growth phase, G1 phase. In this phase of interphase, RNA and proteins are synthesized inside the cell and the volume of cytoplasm increases. So these are the major changes. Synthesis of RNA takes place here, synthesis of proteins, and the volume of cytoplasm is increased in the cell. After this, the two cell organelle mitochondria, and if it is a plant cell, then chloroplast. As they have their own DNA, so they divide number of times to increase their number in the cytoplasm. And at the end of the G1 phase, all cells must follow one of the two paths. Now they may either withdraw from the cell cycle and enter the resting phase, that is the R phase, or they start preparing for the next division by entering the synthesis phase. What does it mean? That all cells after the cell division, In interphase, they are entering the first growth phase, and during this phase they increase in size, they synthesize more RNA and proteins, and after that they increase their cytoplasm content also. And after these changes, it depends upon the cell whether it will go for the next cell division or it will withdraw from the cell cycle and enter the resting phase. So if cell is going to enter the synthesis phase, then what changes takes place in the cell? That are then the second phase, synthesis phase, or we call it as S phase. Beta, during S phase, more DNA is synthesized. As cell is preparing itself to divide, so it need more DNA so that equal amount of DNA can go into two daughter cells. For that, more DNA is synthesized inside the cell in synthesis phase, and chromosomes are duplicated. They are not separated from each other, but they duplicate themselves. After this, cell enter the third phase of interphase, that is second growth phase. This is the shortest phase of interphase. In this, RNA and protein, if they are required more for the cell division, then cell will synthesize more RNA and proteins. Now, after the synthesis of RNA and proteins, if they are required by the cell, now the cell is ready to undergo cell division and enter the dividing phase of the cell cycle. Now after S2 phase, cell is fully ready for the cell division, and then it enter the second phase of the cell cycle, that is the M phase, or we call it as mitosis. Now all these changes, again one revision to the different phases of interphase. Now the cell cycle events which takes place inside the cell before cell division, in which cell prepare itself for the cell division. Now the two phases of cell cycle are, first is the non-dividing phase, interphase, and second is dividing phase, or we call it as M phase, mitosis. Now starting with non-dividing phase, interphase, we call it as a resting phase of the cell cycle, as no external changes takes place in this phase, but internally the cell is very active and a very number of changes are taking place inside the cells. Now what are those changes? They are divided into three phases. So interphase is further divided into three phases: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. Starting with first growth phase. In first growth phase, cell synthesize RNA and proteins. After the synthesis of RNA and proteins, the mitochondria and the chloroplast, if it is a plant cell, then chloroplast also, they have their own DNA, so they divide number of times to increase their number inside the cytoplasm. So these are the major changes which takes place in G1 phase, and after these changes, it depends upon the cell whether it will continue with the next phase of the cell cycle or it is going to withdraw it. The first is, either the cell will withdraw itself from the cell cycle, and if it is going to withdraw itself from the cell cycle, then it will enter the resting phase, that is R phase, like seed dormancy. Or it start preparing itself for the cell division, and as it is preparing itself for the cell division, then it enter the second phase of interphase, that is S phase. So the next phase is synthesis phase. We call it as S phase. During this phase, DNA is synthesized, because DNA is to be equally distributed in two resulting daughter cells. For that purpose, more DNA is synthesized inside the cell in synthesis phase, and chromosomes, they duplicate themselves, but they remain attached to each other. After synthesis phase, the shortest phase of the interphase, that is second growth phase, or we call it as G2 phase. In this phase, if cell require more RNA, and proteins, then these are synthesized. Otherwise, cell is ready for the division, and as it is ready for the division, it will enter the next phase of the cell cycle, that is dividing phase or mitosis, that we are going to discuss later. Revise all these phases of interphase, and next we are going to start with formation of new DNA. But during S phase, as I told you that during synthesis phase of the interphase, DNA is synthesized. Each DNA molecule duplicates in readiness for their equitable distribution in the two daughter cells during mitosis. Because during cell division, cell is to be divided into two daughter cells. So for the equal distribution of DNA is duplicated in S phase of the interphase. So this replication of DNA, how it takes place, that is given in your book in a very simple way. Actually, this is a very complex process which you will learn in higher classes. So how it takes place in DNA, a very brief discussion or study is given in your book. Now how? For replication, the DNA, double helix DNA molecule, it opens at one end. So this is a DNA molecule. Look at these two strands of the DNA first, and this is the second strand. So during replication, that is the duplication of DNA, these strands, they open up from one end. After that, as they are open up at one end, making the two strand free, and from each free strand or from each old free strand, a new strand begin to form. In this way, these are the old strands of the DNA, and this is the new strand of the DNA. So from each old strand of DNA, one new strand begin to form, and this process continue in the sequence for the whole length of the DNA. The entire replication, as I told you, is a very complicated process, and in detail you are going to study it in higher classes. Now again, let us revise it. Now just see, during S phase of the interphase, duplication of DNA or the replication of DNA takes place, means more DNA is synthesized. How it is synthesized? Look at here. These are the two strands of the DNA. First, they unwind themselves from one end. After unwinding, from each old strand, one new strand of DNA is formed. These are the new strand of the DNA. Old strands unwind themselves, and new strands, they wind themselves over the one old strand of the DNA, and after this process, two new DNA are formed in the synthesis phase of the cell cycle. So the next topic is, can the cell cycle go on endlessly? Now, is this cell cycle keeps on going inside every cell, or it stop sometime? At some places it stop permanently. In some of the cells it stop permanently, and in some cells it stop for some time, that is temporarily, and in most of the cells it keeps going on until it is needed. So there is a regularity mechanism for the cell cycle. It depends upon the cell whether it is going to continue in the cell cycle, or it will detach itself, or it will remove itself from this cell cycle. So there are number of examples of different cells in your body, how they divide. It is given in your book, starting with first, brain and other nerve cells once formed in the embryo do not divide further. These are the cells, brain cells and the other nerve cells which are present in our body or in embryo. They do not divide further. Once they are formed, they do not divide further. Once dead, they are not replaced. Now liver cells may divide only once every 1 to 2 years. In 1 or 2 years, they divide only once. Now next is surface skin cells are continuously lost and replaced by the underlying cells. A large portion of household dust contain human skin cells. The powdery material that comes off from your skin on scratching or on hard rubbing while bathing contain some dead cells. So skin cells, they are continuously replaced. So they are continuously undergoing cell division. In plants, cells at the growing point, that is the meristematic cells, they divide very rapidly, but the permanent cells, they do not divide. Specialized germinal cells, that is the sex cells, in the ovary and testes in animals, and in the ovary and anther in plants undergo another type of cell division, that is meiosis, which reduces the number of chromosome to half in the sex cells. Now, if some of the cells uncontrolled non-stop cell cycle may lead to formation of tumors that may or may not be cancerous. Now, cell production and cell death. As children, we grow because new cells are continuously being produced and they outnumber the dying cells. In children, cell division is more than the cell which are dying in the body. Means new cells are formed is always more than the cell which are dying in the body of the organism. As we are adult, our cell population stay constant. Means the number of new cells produced is always equal to the number of cells dying. And as we grow old, the number of new cells produced are lesser than those that are dying. So this is all about the cell cycle. Now next we are going to start with the dividing phase of the cell cycle, that is cell division, its types.